Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and there's a number of things that we hate to hear in this game, and that is the computer blaring out that the enemy is about to win and your team depends upon you. Well, only one of them is said in this one, and it is as though the wargaming computer was saying no. If you understand the Little Britain term, computer says no. You'll know all about that one. But we're here in the legendary daring, and I've been getting a little bit frustrated with this game, with people just not playing the team game, and so I decided to go back to what I know best, which is destroyers. And I love my British destroyers. I don't necessarily like playing legendary tier because it can be a bit of a credit sink, and I am trying to earn some credits to try and pick up a few tech tree ships that I've got unlocked but are not bought yet. There are two destroyers in this game. We've got one across there on the far right hand side, so I decide that I will push into the left here on A cap and I will support these guys. I say support because at times again it feels like I'm doing all the work while everybody else just sits back and does their own thing. But because I have been getting frustrated at playing the team game and trying to keep my eye on everything that's going on in the game, I decided that if I think a decision needs to be made on how I am going to play my game, I am going to make that decision and I'm going to go with it. I don't give a flying fig about what else is going on in the game. If there is no support, if there is no cover, if there is no fire on spotted targets, then there is no point in me sitting there with my backside swinging in the breeze while everybody else just does their own thing. But I am going to push this cap. I've been pinging the map to tell them that there is something there in the middle of the map, and because I know that the Cabba is there over on the right hand side of the map, I know that it's a Shimikaze coming down the middle, and I'm pinging the map to tell that cruiser, you know, be careful, because I half imagine that there's going to be a complete wall of skill come tearing through the middle of those two little islands there. But we are going to push in. And this Pommon here, I'm sorry, buddy, but I did look at your stats after the match. He's got about 30 hours played on PS4 and PS5, so he's relatively new to the game. He's obviously played his first campaign out, so welcome to top tier gameplay with tier 8 and legendary. I did say the biggest ship, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a better player. But by the same measure, the smaller ship does not mean that you're going to be a great player. But I'm going to do as much as I can. Now, I'm aware that the Pommon has sonar. I'm aware that he has lots and lots of secondaries. I know there's a destroyer out there that hasn't been spotted yet. I'm quite certain that he's coming through the middle. But using twist and track or perceptive, I can see that the Pommon is the closest target to me. And even though he's parked on the edge of that island, the minute I smoke up, every red team ship that was visible on this side of the map is no longer visible. But now the cruiser pulls out and gets a spot on. So I'm forcing the cruiser that if he wants to have a crap ton of damage farming, that you're going to have to stick your nose out a little bit as well. But here we go. Look, there is a Minotaur there behind us. I can't remember the name of the battleship that's out there, but wailing on that one. And sadly, I miss out on a kill. But that's what it seems to be like. Everybody else wants everybody else to be doing the work, and they want to take the glory for the kills and the caps. But now that nothing else is spotted, I am going to push out. There's a Worcester out there. Radar cruiser, I know we're looking at what, 11 point something, 11.4, 11.7 Radar, yeah, I'm going to stay a safe distance away from him. I'm going to hang with this battleship a little bit. Now things are disappearing. I'm calling for a little bit of assistance, calling for people to come out from behind their rocks, and I'm going to push out, take this cap spot, and try and get some angles on these guys at the back. Now you'll notice that across on the right hand side of the map we have lost a destroyer. It was our Shima. I think he sat in his smoke because he was torpedoed. He did have a couple of battleships across there backing him up, but it didn't appear that they were ready to be shooting at the destroyers when they were spotted. So sadly that right flank is going to collapse. And I'm watching this guy push. I'm thinking, no, you're going too early. There's 3 ships out there in front of you. You're going to get focused. Look at the mini-map. There's nobody behind you to support you. This is not a good place to be. So I pop my smoke, which I think immediately swings the wheel on the Yamato to starboard. I'm going to try and stay here as long as I can because we do land a torpedo, and now we are going to try and get some fires on him because he did have a flood. I don't know if it's ticking, but with him pushing down on this cap, yeah, it's not the place that I want to be. We lose another ship. You know, that guy just pushed out broadside against the Yamato. It wasn't going to end well. And with that, I decide that I'm going to pull back. I'm going to try and keep things spotted, but I'm not going to put myself too far in the way of danger. And at that time, I see that red team taking decap because the last battleship that's on blue team that was across on C is running all the way back across here. That means that the destroyer that I was pinging the map for in the center at the start has come all the way through to our home cap, as I call it, the one where we start. So torpedoes are coming up. I'm watching for those torpedoes for the Minotaur. There's still a couple of ships out here can get fire on that guy. I'm going to pull back and I'm going to defend this capture point. The Yamato was too close then. There are other ships there that can deal with him, that can keep that cap reset. Hopefully those torpedoes will distract him, but it looks like the majority of red team are coming down this flank. There is the Shima. Thankfully, he was static, waiting on that cap. We are going to get some guns onto him. He drops behind the rock. That means that he is the only ship that has line of sight for me. We did hit the Yamato with another torpedo, but it looks as though he's damage controlled that again. Now we start spotting things on this side. There is the Shima. Now you'll see, I think it's a Conqueror that is out there at the back of the map. He is actually going to put some fire on the Shima, look, which is really, really welcome. But with the majority of red team being out on this side, there's going to be a lot more fire coming my way. So I'm hoping that that Shima is going to stay detected when I drop because he's fired his guns. The Conqueror is putting fire on him. And again, that is absolutely great to see. But here is the wall of skill. And yeah, I'm glad I haven't been eating too many Kit Kats because I did manage to slide through between them. But there is the Khabarovsk as well. We've got the Khabarovsk, the Shima. Yeah, it's not good. So my decision is don't push, move away, drop detection, reposition, go again. The Conqueror has been supporting me. I want to try and screen him from this Shima. We've got a sonar available. We've dropped our smoke screen there. That Kaba is either going to go for the smoke screen, but hey, look, people are shooting at the destroyers, and that makes me feel so much better playing the daring because it means that people have got their eyes on what's going on around them now. There is the Shima again, and my aim is going to sort of give up on me a little bit here. I know that there's a battleship behind me, I know the cabba's behind me, but I figure if I can get rid of this guy, or at least force him into a mistake, that we can get him off the map. Yeah, come on RNG, come on RNG, give it to us. No, even the Conqueror's having a hard time. We get a torpedo on something, and yep, there we go. The Shima is gone. Now I'm hoping that he didn't manage to reload his torpedoes, because I want to turn bow in to this Montana. My smoke is running. I know he's fixed a flood. He fires his guns, which means that I can continue to see him. There is a fire. The cabba is still there on my left hand side. My sonar is running because I want enough warning as possible of torpedoes coming in. I'd love to get one more fire on this guy, but I am playing with fire myself. He isn't loading HE. You'd think he'd load HE because it's a destroyer that he's shooting at. But we are going to get out of this smoke screen, because I'm sure that cabba is going to be coming for me. We're almost up to, in fact, should we just count it up? We're on 147. We're on 148. Come on, keep ticking. 149. There's 150,000 damage, which isn't too shabby. There's a Worcester. That is not what I wanted to see, especially with the possibility of a Khabarovsk coming out here to spot me. I also don't want to turn into them, because I will be broadside to that guy if I do get spotted. So we are playing smart, sensible, and for ourselves right now. Those torpedoes are running. There's the cabba. He's low health. I'm going to slam it into reverse, because I do not want to overrun my smoke screen here. We pop the shots, make sure that the smoke is covering us, and we're going to sit. We're going to put a couple more salvos out, make him think that we're going to sit here with sonar, expecting him to run in. The Montana takes a shot, we pull out. This is where the cabba makes his mistake, because he's turned broadside to put his torps out, and boom, back to port you go. Thank you, sunshine. I knew exactly what the play was going to be there. But I'm spotted by the Worcester, who thankfully is looking for the other direction. The Montana is turning, trying to run away, but in doing so has beached himself. And yeah, my aiming's going to be a little bit funny here as well, because I'm going to have the cursor all over the place. All we need is one fire on that guy. There we go. Nicely done. And we aim a little bit too far back. But yeah, he's ticking now. I can stop firing. No, you can stop firing, TONIK. He's not going to put that fire out because he's dead. So, where are we? It is 3 plays 2. There is a Worcester, a nasty, evil radar cruiser out there with lots of HE spam. The red team are 200 points ahead with 2.5 minutes to play. The Worcester is running. The Republic is there, stuck in the middle, trying to push that last cap and get rid of those last two battleships. I've played my own game, or I've played the team game at the start, but for the sake of survival, I've played my own game, the second part, and I'm thinking those two guys should really stick together, will to rebuild, you know. They can probably take out that Republic and stay alive, the both of them. That would be really nice. We've lost the game, we're too far behind. All I'm going to do with less than 2 minutes on the clock is try and sail into this capture point and get myself a little bit more base XP, and that should hopefully mean that I don't lose any credits in defeat, because I was running a double credit booster. I do that at Legendary just so that as long as I have a half decent game, I'm not going to lose money. Please, Wargaming, balance the tiers so that if we want to play high tier, we aren't losing money. Those guys there are trying to get their reloads in on the Republic, and they do. The Conqueror picks it up. That Conqueror who was helping me out earlier, thank you very much, Sunshine. You've got rid of the Republic. We're on 179,000 damage. We've got a high caliber. We've not been doing too badly. All that Worcester had to do was run, and they would have had this one in the bag. I'm looking and I'm so tempted to take a shot. I know that I'm in radar range, and yeah, this is a Hail Mary of torpedoes. I'm hoping that one of those guys can get shots on. There we go. He gets absolutely chunked for half his health, and now it is win it or bin it. There are 30 seconds left on the clock. The Worcester has turned his attention to me. He knows that he's guaranteed an absolute win if he takes me off the map and manages to avoid all those battleships. We are down to 731 points. We're in our smoke, but lo and behold, with 11 seconds on the clock, the Worcester disappears for my 4th kill of the game. Those two guys pick up dreadnoughts. Well played. 201,676 damage, 203 gun hits, 11 torpedo hits, 4 kills, 4 fires, 7 floods, a cap defend, and an assist in cap with 8 ships out of 9 spotted, and a high caliber to boot. Not too shabby, eh? And there we go, top of the board, legendary British destroyer, the Daring, with 3,377 base XP. That's like 1,300 higher than second place. So I really did play my butt off on that one. So, yeah, little bit selfish in the second half, but I pulled the win. I hope you have enjoyed that one. I've got a few more daring games to come up because they just got better from this one. So I am going to play for myself from now on. If you enjoyed that one, smash the like button, leave me a comment. Hang around, click one of these links, watch another video. And if you haven't done already, please do subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.